So let's talk about you, water tribe, for the week ahead. And I do feel like, as a common energy, you have here some sort of experience that might be setting off um, some fears, some scares. I do feel like there's this panicking, this freaking out kind of experience that might be really upsetting for some of you during the week ahead, and which might at the same time be pushing you by that shock element to embarking a new experience that you have been delaying. So I do feel like the purpose for some of those experiences to happen is to kind of push some of your water signs out of your comfort zones and make the jump, take the leaps that some of you have been delaying. I do feel like there's this very strong energy as well of exhaustion that has led some of you to really be more in this held back position when you should be taking in account, or when you should be taking in account the active steps that some of you should be taking and that you have been avoid taking due to, again, that drainage, that stress, that sense of apathy as well is what I'm feeling. It does feel like something needs to really pull some of your water signs out of the water element into the air. So there's that element of you being pushed, or something is being pushed to the air so that you can breathe, but also have that conscious, realization by the sudden element that is associated with that gesture, so that you can see, so that you can breathe, that you can act, so that you can actively communicate, so that you can actively live something that some of you have not been really living. I do feel like some of you water signs for whom this message is to, and whoever is connecting with the messages I'm exploring here. Some of you have been purposely sabotaging some very good, precious opportunities. Some of you it's in love, some of you it's about advancement in life, self-development, or development of your ultimate goals, ambitions, and dreams. And I do feel like that self-sabotage has been extended for too long, and it's like the universe might be intervening during this week to really push you out of your limits, out of your comfort zones, out of that emotional go with the flow current kind of disposition, and be brave enough to live now, to love now, to create now, to try now, to not be passing through experiences. And for Cancer in particular, I do feel like this week presents some sort of rekindling of a passion, or if it's not a passion, I do feel like there's this passionate goal that some of you Cancers might be reigniting during this time. It might be about travel. It might be about exploring new territory when it comes to your own self. It might be that some of you Cancers are really interested in reinventing your image, or the image of something that has been, that you're seeing as that has a lack of color, a lack of creativity, a lack of spice, a lack of something that corresponds to that beautiful, creative, and imaginative nature that usually Cancer energy brings to the surface. I do feel like some of you have, again, been maybe disconnected with that creative aspect that exists in your essence and in your nature, and it's like you're rekindling here. There's this bright, sudden idea or realization that puts you on the move, or puts a creative project on the move, or puts a situation on the move. I also feel like some of you Cancers might be really interested during this week to just go somewhere, to a small trip of some sorts, a small dislocation here, to a place where you can recharge batteries. I do feel like some of you need to catch sunlight, or you will be catching a lot of sunlight as well during this week, this coming week, just to feel re-energized, especially Cancers that have been very spending a lot of time indoors, or this indoor element can also be a metaphor to being very closed in into your own inner world, or very isolated from that warm feeling, from that passionate feeling, from that joyful energy. So some of you are kind of being pushed to move beyond drama and go towards the sunlight, go towards where the sun is shining the most. For Scorpios, I do feel like Scorpio, this week for you might be a little bit tricky when it comes to making tough choices and decisions about your love life, or about cutting loose with a past burden that has an emotional weight to it. So it does feel like whatever it is, it brings an emotional, profound experience of sacrifice. So I do feel like some of you Scorpios feel limited in between impossible situations where whatever you choose, whatever you do, or whatever someone is choosing over, because if it's not about you, it's about feeling like you're hostage, right? Like you're in control over someone else's choice or decision. And that feeling of being in someone else's power or hands could be really, really, really haunting for some of you during this time. I do feel like some of you have during this week this very strong mutual urge to both reconnect, reconcile, approach, and at the same time you have the same urge to break it off, to completely remove it from your life. And you're kind of indecisive what you should do about the past, what you should do about a past lover or a past experience that, even if it's not present in your conscious objective reality, it's still very present in your inner world. I do feel like there's a profound love that rests inside of you, Scorpios, and the feeling is being tied to this experience in such a way that transcends your comprehension. And so you're struggling with finding freedom from something that is emotionally impactful, but you don't understand. You're seeking to find the truth. You're seeking to find some sort of balance and fairness in a situation that has been felt as very unfair for one side or the other, for your side or for the side of this other person, whoever it is, either being that this is in your hands and you have a choice to make, or this other person being that the choice and the power is in their hands. Whatever it is, it's a very tricky situation. And I'm feeling like perhaps some of you that have been especially Scorpios, that this is about you needing to make a choice, you needing to open up about the truth of how you feel deep inside about someone, or about the past, or about your own history. It's like some of you could also be suffering, and at the same time you're downloading a lot of memories and a lot of information that is previous. It belongs to a previous timeline. For some of you, you will understand what this is. For some of you, you will just be, again, downloading information from previous lives where you're unable to, it's like you're unable to put it together in the puzzle of this present one. So there's a little bit of an enigmatic tone to your week. Some of you are also dealing with all that internal complexity and suffering by yourselves, and it's not helping. Some of you might be seeking counseling. You might be seeking counseling or advice from someone that can have power or authority, or just that rational, objective focus to help you out here, understand the way out of a situation, understand how to make that turnaround that some of you want to make. It's very funny. I do feel like some of you Scorpios want to make a turnaround to the past, or a turnaround to something that you feel you have lost, like your innocence, your childhood, an old dream, or association. It's like you want to return to something, but at the same time, some of you are struggling in getting there. For Pisces, let's talk about Pisces here. I do feel like Pisces, things are moving very fast. First of all, for you this week, I feel like you are the sign from all of the water signs. I feel like your sign is the one that is going to get that more of that jumpy sensation of being kind of scared, or having that adrenaline really pumping, because circumstances are really moving way faster than what some of you predicted, or there's going to be a sudden event, opportunity, situation, like this window of opportunity that puts that spin of now or never. Some of you have a little bit of that gambling as well energy here for the week, so you might be taking risks, or that risk it's like the risk element is deeply entrenched in the circumstances in which you're meeting and fighting. So even for love, it could be that there's a risk that needs to be taken if you really want to have a chance with this person, or have a chance to get something going, to make the wheel spin, to make the wheel move in a direction that for you is lucky, fortunate, and expanding here opportunities for more to come. It's like there's a lot of expansion that it's coming for you, Pisces, but it's dependable on the actions you take, and the actions you don't take. And I feel like some of you want, or you're looking for more counseling, more information, more knowledge before you want to have more backup, and that backup of information to make you feel safe in the moves that you're going to take might be lacking, or you might not get just enough as you would like before, again, the wheel brings here a change, or it brings here the window of opportunity for you to step up to the next level here of that game. It's like there's a game going on, or there has been a game going on of situations that have been kind of unpredictable in your life. You have been up, you have been down, you have been up, and you have been down. And for Pisces that have been down financially or emotionally, I feel like the wheel is about to spin. So, and you're sensing that, or there's already factors, situations, people that have been coming into your life lately that have been like awakening you to that realization. My luck is changing, or the change that I have been wanting is coming. I can feel it coming. There's a lot of signs here associated, signs and symbols and dreams and intuitive knowledge that has been leading you to this moment. This can be a very interesting and impactful week for Pisces, where what's presented now, if you take it, it can really take you to the position, the relationship, the everything you have been longing to have, you have been desiring to have for a lot of time. So I hope you Water Tribe have a great week. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of June, I have 2 special sales offers available, and one is a mid-year reading. It's a reading that looks into the second half of 2019 and what kind of challenges and opportunities that time frame might be bringing to you into your life. And the other one is a specific themed reading that is called Masquerade Ball, and it's a reading that looks at aspects in your life that might be concealed or disguised from your conscious subjective understanding. So basically it analyzes points in which a deeper truth might exist than beyond the truth that you think there is. So I hope again you have a great week, and hopefully we'll see each other soon.